think all studies demonstrate that emotional intelligence is a very important set of competences for people in leadership position. Now, it is my experience that there are in particular some skills which are important in the field of emotional intelligence. I think in particular 3 of them, which is the capacity to self-reflect, the capacity to flex on perspective, and the capacity to think systemically. And I believe these are particularly important because, of course, these are the base for other more complex skills, and they can influence both, personal well-being, interpersonal relationships, but also the capacity to think more strategically and include different elements and perspectives. I think that there is a radical decision was about the studies I made. I remember I come from a not particularly developed area of my own country. And when it was about deciding what kind of studies to do, everything around me was pushing me towards choosing something which could provide me some sense of safety from an economical perspective. And so, studying something like business or law and become maybe a lawyer or something like that. And I think I made a decision to study philosophy instead, with no perspective of doing any work in my life, I believe. But I think that was a very, very, following, my personal passion was very important at the time. And I did not know at all that the kind of work I'm doing now would have been available to me. And so the learning for me is follow your passion. Don't worry about the work and the practical implication today, because the way the market is changing and the new professions which are created, they change so much that in 10 years from now, you'll probably find a way to turn a business out of your own passion. Yeah, I think this is a very important question, because passion is very, very important. It's one element. The other element, I think, is service. And sometimes following your passion is not enough to self-actualize, because we need meaning in what we do. And we do not only derive meaning from doing what we like, but we derive meaning from serving other people, serving a cause, knowing that we can create a legacy. And so I think in terms of self-development, growth and self-actualization and self-expression, it's very much about how we balance these two hands, what I love and what I'm passionate about, and what's needed of me from the persons I am in contact with. I think, of course, it's not easy, because very experienced managers usually already are very emotional intelligent. They know the business school content, probably they can teach in a business school. So there is a big question mark about what new content you can teach them that they cannot teach you. And I think for me, the answer is at a certain point, it's not about content anymore. So it's not about learning new things, but it's about developing more awareness about the lenses and the paradigms through which you look at what you know. And I think it is this evolution in meaning making, which is another way of saying growing in wisdom and perspective, which is a big part of what we do with very senior leaders. So we often speak about thinking out of the box, and a big part of our role is to help people with big responsibilities to recognize how the box look like for them and what's the world, if not out of the box, within a bigger box. When we started with our company, TPC Leadership, we started as a coaching company. And, coaching is very much about facilitating the decision-making of someone else, right? And so you don't need to take a stand, because they need to take a stand and find their own solution their own way. And at a certain point, we decided that we were asked to do more and more leadership, and the fact that we've been investing more on leadership development has also changed us, as we realized very soon that we cannot facilitate leaders or develop leaders if we do not role model inside our home what we're preaching outside. And so a big part of the work I do nowadays as a manager is striving to create that strong sense of alignment between the concepts, the values, and the ideas that we teach, and the way we are structured internally and the kind of culture that we have.